Like I've said, proved by public record, all my houses have sold in an hour. Some for over 90K over asking price with an offer and a backup offer. This is what you want, a proven track record. What do you get? A so-called successful agent who probably farmed your information off Zillow or Realtor.com, then hires a rookie agent to handle your contract for $50. Ask questions. How long did it take for you to sell the house you have listed? What price point did the house pay at closing? More or less than the asking price. Like I've said, with me you get the head, the tail, the whole fish. This one's about 1031 exchange. What's this? Some other technical concept involving real estate? I don't have time, and if I did, how am I supposed to wrestle with concepts and make IRS agents puke? Well, lucky for you, I'm one of those individuals who get off on studying and implementing and breaking down this information to a palatable version. First off, most agents don't even cover this because it's too technical, and or their brokers forbid it because they think it's not profitable enough for them. That's why I'm affiliated with Main Key Realty, because they have a backbone. So you may ask yourself, what's in it for me? Strap in, put a piece of wood between your teeth, come on in and let's find out all about 1031 exchange. Please pay attention here. I'm purposely making 2 or 3 videos on this subject so you do not miss the highlights. Simply put, 1031 exchange is a real estate investing tool that allows investors to swap out one investment property for another and defer capital gains or losses or capital gains tax that you otherwise would have to pay at this time of sale. This method is popular to investors looking to upgrade properties without being charged taxes for their proceeds. You also hear 1031 exchange is referred to as like-kind exchange or starker exchange. Section 1031 applies to property beyond real estate, but many 1031 cases also deal with buildings and land. How does a 1031 exchange work? As a seller, you could postpone capital gains taxes by selling a property and putting the proceeds toward a like-kind property or property similar in nature and value. If you don't receive any proceeds from the sale, there's no income tax. In other words, you gain no profit from the sale. That's the idea behind a 1031 exchange, and here's how to make that work. Step 1, identify the property you want to buy and sell. The initial step is to determine the property you want to sell and the property to exchange. The property you're selling and the property you're buying must be like kind, which means they must be similar but not necessarily the same quality or grade. Step 2, choose a qualified intermediary or Q&I. Then you must work with a qualified intermediary, Q&I, also known as an exchange facilitator, to handle a 1031 exchange transaction. The qualified intermediary holds your funds in escrow for you until the exchange is complete. You want to carefully choose the right qualified intermediary so you don't lose money, miss key deadlines, or end up paying taxes now instead of later. Again, this is where I come in. I've already did the hard work of finding you an expert Q&I. Between you, I, and the Q&I, we represent an impenetrable force, a holy trinity, if you will, to guarantee your success. Step 3, tell the IRS about your transaction. Lastly, you'll need to tell the IRS about your transaction through IRS Form 8824 on your tax return. On that form, you describe the properties, provide a timeline, explain who was involved in the process, and list the money involved. Both the relinquished property you sell and the replacement property you buy must meet certain requirements. Relinquished property. The relinquished property being exchanged for another in a 1031 exchange. It's also known as phase 1 or down leg. Replacement property. A replacement property refers to the like-kind parcel being bought with the proceeds from the relinquished property. Okay. This is a good place to stop for now. I know. Dennis, what are you trying to do? My brain is on meltdown mode. No worries. We will cover what a Q&I is, what some of their duties are, as well as choosing a qualified Q&I, as well as when to use a 1031 exchange, and much, much more. Do your due diligence and qualify your real estate agent. It's your money. Do you really want to hire a cut-rate agent, cut-rate brain surgeon, or cut-rate attorney to defend you in a court? Again, if these people are doing their exemplary job like me, money is never an object. Join my Facebook private real estate group, Westridge Actual Homeowners, a surrounding subdivision group, where we tackle mind-bending topics like this, and you can discuss this and other topics with aspiring real estate investors like you. You'll find the link at the top of the post that brought you here. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.